If you do this, you're going to die. Fear that. Yeah. If you don't do that, you're going to die quickly. If you do that, you're going to live 500 years or 50. I'm just joking. Yeah.
Yeah,
50
yeah.
years longer or 50 days long. I mean, so my question comes to the fact of the matter is that what do I do that I don't die? Can you give me that one?
Good luck.
Can you tell me can
Yeah.
you tell me what I must do so I don't die? You keep telling me things that I do that I don't do. If I don't do them, I will not live long enough or I might die if I don't do them. Can you tell me something I do that I will not die? Yeah, and they will promise you. They'll probably like today the Google masters and these this second life they're creating in the machine. They're trying to
Mhm.
promise you that you will upload your consciousness into that. A total nonsense. So
Yep.
what are they making you fear? You will not be able to go into that machine, and they're making people believe this. Actually, today there are many who you won't. I mean, maybe you
For
believe it
me,
or not.
no,
I
I.
believe 100% people actually think they're going to be able to do that.
They're stupid.
Well, that is a very, very conservative and cordial way of calling them. Yeah. So they are. This is the nonsense that we live in. So if it's like, okay, the glass is half off the table, you fear that it will fall off. Put it back into the table. There's no problem. This is also a level of fear, right? I mean,
Yes,
my milk
exactly.
is in there. So these are like obviously you have to have the stove is hot. Yeah, I'm not going to touch it. I fear touching it. But that's not like the fear that the fear of God. You can't say that as the
No,
fear of God,
no, no.
but you're fearing it because God has told you that if you touch a hot thing, it's going to burn you. I mean, it's
Yes.
not to kill you most likely. Yeah, unless you jump into a furnace, that might kill you,
Yeah.
and might not kill you because Abraham was put in the furnace. He didn't
Yes.
die. So you
Yeah.
don't fear any of this stuff in reality. It's just
Take
a
your
reaction
precautions,
to
right?
some exactly. You take your precautions. You take the warnings of God has taught you. I mean, when you were 5 years old, you would
Mhm.
just go and shove your hand in the oven without thinking. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
4 or 5 year olds do so many nonsensical things because they don't know what it will do. But once you're told something is going to harm you, that should uh, cause the emotion of fear so you don't do that. I mean, these are
Yeah.
things that you have to understand for yourselves. Everybody has their own perception of fear. Yeah, some people don't fear heights, some people fear heights. It's the way your soul is made. Every soul is made differently.
That's
Every
good.
soul has its own pitfalls as to what it fears and what it
Hmm.
doesn't. But if you look at the big picture in this life, I mean, I would suggest what you should fear is food and thirst, hunger. Hunger you should fear, and it's coming to most of mankind today. And they didn't realize that it would ever happen with the way their whole system was set up. It was never going to happen. So the fear, and that's why we're made to fast. Not made to, we're told to fast by God so that we fear. What do we fear? Hunger and thirst, fundamentally. Yeah, that is the
Yeah.
fundamental aspect of fasting. So, and
Mhm.
that's God's telling you that fear this can happen to you, and
Yeah.
that then gives you an insight as to what half of humanity goes through every day. They don't eat like most of the affluent people eat, who have wealth and means to live luxuriously like we do. So we have to understand that that's part of the thing, that you fear that, and then that drives you to help the poor instead of denigrate them,
Yes.
instead of just pushing them away as if they're useless, so-called useless eaters like Bill Gates, the scumbag, satanic piece of garbage that he is, and he'll find his way to hell. He's cursed forever. There's no doubt in that. I curse him as
Yeah.
well, and I don't care. He's going to suffer, and he's going to suffer badly, and the
Yep.
curse will come upon him. There's no doubt in that. So all like them, all these people who are rich and famous, and they denigrate those that aren't, and then
Mhm.
if you don't have the wealth, you can't speak up for some reason. Yeah, this
Yep.
is the biggest
Exactly.
nonsense. This is the
Yeah.
biggest nonsense that's been invented. So this is how they make you fear. You don't have wealth. Oh, you don't have friends. You don't have a social circle. Or you're an outcast. You're a hermit. You're an antisocial character. Yeah, all this nonsense, total nonsense. So yeah,
So
fear
yeah.
is
So
everywhere, right?
yes.
So you understand, fear is
Yes.
everywhere. You got to
Yes.
address it. You got to
Yes.
understand it. What
Yeah.
you're fearing, why you're
Why
fearing.
you are fearing. Exactly.
That's bigger than what? Yeah.
Yes,
When you
exactly.
figure out why you're fearing, then you might be able to, oh, I don't need to do this nonsense. I
Exactly.
don't need to fear this nonsense. Then you end up fearing only God at the end. Yeah.
Yes,
That's how you're
exactly.
supposed to be. Fear nothing but God.